When I was 4 years old, my brother and I, we would play cops and robbers. It was our favorite game. And sometimes I was the bad guy. Sometimes I was the good guy. And as we were playing one day, the wind blew in a 5 paper. We couldn't believe it. We had a 5 paper. Our dream of buying a cap gun had just come true. And miraculously, our mother was going to the store that day. And we got in the car and we were heading to the supermarket. And my brother, he took her off and distracted her because we had asked her for a cap gun. She said, no, there's no way you're getting a cap gun. And I remember my brother's distracting my mother. I'm up here. I find the cap gun. I grab it. I felt like I was a secret agent on a mission. And I remember sliding that cap gun up onto the counter and putting my $5 up there. And I remember looking at the cashier and saying, I'm getting a cap gun. And she smiled at me and thought, oh, those kids, these kids. And I hid it under my shirt and I got it just in time as my mother came up to check out. And we headed back home. And my brother and I, we're geniuses at 4 and 5 years old. We're brilliant. We're so smart. We say to ourselves, you know what we're going to do? We're going to run around the trailer that we live in, and we're going to shoot this cap gun off like we play cops and robbers. There's only one issue with that. As we heard the door smash open and my mother say, what are you doing? Get over here now. My joy turned to terror in milliseconds. Where did you get that? She screamed as I was running towards her. And I'm trying to get the words out, and I'm fumbling, looking at her and saying, Mama, we found this on the ground. And by the time I got to her, my mother punched me as hard as she could in the face. And as my little body fell backwards and my head hit the concrete, she said, you stole that money from my purse. We're going back to the store now. We're going to return this. And I remember being that scared boy on that trip back, looking at that cashier and my mother saying, tell her what you did. And I said, I stole this out of my mother's purse. We need to do a refund. And after many more years of violence and trauma, there was a different gun in my hand. And I was left hand on the steering wheel, right hand on the gun, heading towards my parents' house. Wait, this is the next top speaker. I don't have time to tell you the full story right now on what happened. I guess you're just going to have to hear it in my speech.